Hello, 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 everybody. This is Ethan here with episode 1, 2, 3, number 3. And today I have the absolute honor and privilege to introducing to you and to having an amazing chat with the amazing Emma Jackett Webster, who is a very, 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 very dear friend to me. And I am excited to hear, to let you in on what we were talking about. It's a very, very, very special chat. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Ethan, here once again. And I am here with the lovely, effervescent, beautiful, stunning, amazing Emma Jackett Webster. Hi, Emma. How are you?
Hi, Ethan. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good now that I see you in digital flesh. I've missed you so, so much.
Missed you.
So let's begin. And Emma, introduce yourself. Talk a little bit about yourself.
Alrighty. Where do I start? Well, hello, everyone. My name is Emma Jackett Webster, and I am from the small town of North Bay, Ontario. Woo, woo, woo. I have been severely integrated into the arts, I would say. I started from a very young age of 4 years old.
Ooh.
My first ever role in a musical was The Elephant Bird in Seussical with Toros.
Oh.
I know. And then from there, it just went on. I was lucky enough to have a parent very integrated in the arts as well. And that, I think, influenced me a lot in where I decided to go in my life, but it definitely was my choice overall. And then from there, I did a lot of theater, a lot of arts. Growing up, I knew that that was where my life was going. Once I hit high school, I started doing as much arts as I could. I think the only courses that I ended up taking were the ones that were mandatory, and then the rest were arts. So that tells a lot. And then I knew I was going to go to Randolph. So then when it came time to, leave the nest, I auditioned for Randolph. I got into Randolph, went there. Then COVID hit. And then I did it online. And then I went to George Brown for commercial dance after in person, which was amazing. And then I now work full-time at a bar and audition on the side.
Bam.
You know it.
That audition dancer life.
Audition dancer life. But I feel like I've had a huge career change since the last time I've seen you.
Oh, okay.
I want to be a film actor.
And you got I think it was a while ago, but in my mind it's literally yesterday, but you got booked onto something really recently, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know how much I can say about it, but yeah, it was really cool. I got to go on set in Oakville for a full day, and it was really cool. I got a call sheet and everything.
Oh,
it was such a dream.
It's so funny. It's so great when you can kind of start living those moments, and you're just oh my God, this is everything I was thinking about when I was younger, and it's coming to fruition.
I know.
And it's no matter what it is, big or small, it's just you feel so special.
I know.
So amazing.
And for me, thank you. For me, it was more I was so pumped to be there and just so pumped to be doing that. But then what I really thought about was I was I'm getting paid to dress up in a costume and speak lines. That is such a crazy thought to me that we do this as human beings.
I know. You're getting compensated for what you do.
I know.
It's so weird. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye doing that. But Randolph, tell me about Randolph and George Brown. How did you find that?
So Randolph is a little bit of a different experience because, like, obviously I didn't get to do my full program in person.
Mhm.
I did my first two semesters in person and then the rest online. And then we came back together in our last graduating term to do our like musical, which was in person, but we actually filmed it. Like we hired a film crew through the school and we filmed it that way, which was really cool. And honestly, I think that was a huge turning point in where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
But I loved theater school. It was so fun. And you know what? I feel like people say this all the time, but it's so true. I learned so much about myself as a person going to theater school.
Mm-hmm.
It just opened a whole can of worms that
Because all the exercises really are literally about looking upon yourself and exploring the parts of you that sometimes you don't want to explore, and you are discovering new parts of your human being that you kind of learn to like accept in a way, and it kind of like takes you on the path of like where it shapes you at the end of your journey. No matter if it's a 3-year program, 4-year program, or whatever, you will always come out of it being a totally different person than what you were coming in.
Yeah, for sure. And like I faced so many of my fears that I didn't even realize I had in theater school that honestly I'm so grateful for, because, you know, I feel like if I hadn't gone to theater school, would I probably have touched on those fears? Probably not. But like my improv class, that was a journey. That was a journey. I used to cry every day going to that class. I didn't want to do it. And we would do exercises where like it's ingrained in my brain, Ethan. Like we have a game called Balthazar Says.
Oh, okay.
When I tell you my palms would start sweating when I heard we were playing that game. It's basically just like Simon Says, but if you mess up or like get caught, you have to stand in front of everyone in your class and try to make them laugh.
So it's literally just like if you get caught in the game,
yeah,
you need to just like on the spot think of something funny right in the moment.
You have to stand.
You just have to be funny.
Like everyone lines up in front of you, and you stand in front of them and have to look at all of them and try to make them laugh. And if they don't, you have to just stand there and accept it. It's like it was actually terrifying, but it got me through. It grew my thicker skin.
There you go. And in a way that's good, because I guess when you think back on it, in the moment you can relive like those moments of like, oh my God, it was so stressful. It was so like anxiety ridden. But like now you can look back and you can just like thank it for the opportunity and look at it made your skin more thicker, right?
I know. Yeah. And then George Brown was a completely different era of mine.
Oh.
Well, because when I reflected on Randolph, I felt like I was really like gypped from my dance training, and it wasn't even their fault. It was just COVID. You know, I can only do ballet, jazz, and tap in my bedroom. Like, what else are we all supposed to do? But it was really important for me because at that point I was still really driven with musical theater. I still am, but I think I'm definitely finding my pocket in film for sure. But it was really important for me to go do more training. And I honestly, when I graduated Randolph, I don't think I was ready to go into the world yet. I think I wanted to go back to school. So when I found this program, it was just like really interesting to me. Also, like in a dance like standpoint, I'd say commercial dance is where I sit well. The technique stuff, not my jam. Like I can do it for sure, but is it my strong suit? No. So going in there, it was really fun because I got to learn a lot of styles that you wouldn't just learn in a musical theater program. Like we did camera work, we were doing heel stuff, we were doing hip hop, choreography, and I really underestimated myself as a dancer until I walked out of that program. Now I feel like I can, like, I'm probably gonna self-doubt a little bit, but I definitely know that I'm capable of a lot more than I thought I was.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I know, right?
I feel like some of the things that you mentioned, I feel like I'm kind of tapping into that with it kind of similarly on my journey where I'm like kind of
Yeah.
coming towards the end. Well, I still have one more kind of year to go, but that's by personal choice.
Yeah.
But like, I feel the fears that I had about some things that I did before are leaving. And it's all like, just like, and when I said that, the lights in here just got so much brighter. So that's like a sign from like God or something.
Yeah.
But it's like those fears that used to scare me are like, I'm finding a way to push them aside. And I'm really coming into my own as somebody who is an artist. And I feel like I'm having these moments where I'm coming up with so much like creativity that I'm just like, oh my God, this would be such a great project. This would be a great project.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Like I know exactly how you're feeling. And it's weird. I feel like when you get to that point in your training where it's, starting to come to an end, but like it's not. It's just like your program is coming to the end.
Exactly.
It just like settles in one day. And you just like don't even realize it until it's over, and then you're like, oh, okay. It's just like in your body. And you're just ready to like move on. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I used to like stay up until like 4 a.m. with my headphones on, just like dancing around my apartment. Like little things like that like get me going. Like once I'm like in a creative zone, there's no stopping me.
Yep. Once you find that like moment of inspiration, you're just like, I need to see this through. I need to do this like right now, right here. And it could be for you.
It's like zoomies. I'm like, I have to get it out. I have to get it out.
I literally had like 2 cappuccinos before I came on here. So I'm like, zoomy right now. Like, I'm like,
caffeine, I need a break from her.
A break. I mean, I used to be such a huge like tea drinker when I used to live at home, but there's something about the tea here, even though it's like some of like the best tea in the world, air quote. I don't think so. It just tastes like a dry sock. But don't come for me. But the caffeine, I've just like adopted the caffeine into my normal life, and now it's just taken over.
I used to be a huge iced coffee girl in high school. Like I would not walk into high school without one in my hand. But then I stopped drinking caffeine for a while. Just like, I don't know, I didn't really need it. But now that I work in a bar, I've been introduced to Miss Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Miss Red Bull. And she really treats me well. She really does. She helps me in every aspect of my life that I need help in.
I haven't gotten to like that point yet where I will go to a caffeine drink. But since I've been here in Ireland, I've never really realized how big like Monster actually was. Because you know how like some convenience shop back in Canada, sometimes they'll have like a Red Bull like sponsored cooler or something. Or something like, or at a bar or something, they'll have like a Red Bull thing. It's here, it's like Monster. It's like everywhere. Like there's maybe 3 or 4 vending machines on my whole campus that are just filled with Monster. I've never realized like how big Monster actually was.
Really?
And there's so many different flavors. It's so weird.
Because I was actually talking to someone the other day that was like, yeah, all I ever drink is Monster. And I'm like, I don't think I've like ever really had one.
Oh.
We have these new energy drinks here in Toronto that are like, I don't know, they're from LA. They're so trendy. They're called Celsius. And they taste amazing. But these ones, I don't know if they have more caffeine than a Red Bull because like I had one for work the other day, and I was like shaking. Like I'm like carrying shots to the table and they're like half empty, and I'm like, here you go. Use. They're so good though.
Now, Emma, this question is for you because I am very interested.
Okay.
Can you please tell a story from your opinion and your perspective?
Okay.
What was it like to meet me, and what were your first impressions of me?
Oh my God. Okay. I have to think about this.
Think about
Because we've had a lot. I feel like you've been in my life in a lot of different times. I think I remember the first time I ever saw you, you were on stage in Chicago.
Okay.
Like, I knew of you, obviously, but like hadn't really like
Formally met, yeah.
But I think that was definitely the first time I seen you was in Chicago, and I was like, what a light. Like, I was like, look at it. Like, look at it go on the stage. Like, period. But then I can't remember like the first like time we like met, but I always think about the time that we shared together doing Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
I feel like that was such a beautiful time in my life, and I don't know, we just had the best times.
I know. It was so weird. Like, it was just the best time doing that show together.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest takeaways from that production was the friendship that I had made with you.
Yeah, me too.
And it's so funny because that whole experience, because I started off doing the summer challenge shows, and I knew of you, but I never met you because friends of mine at the time, they had done, Toro shows with you or whatever with you. So I heard, they obviously mentioned who you were.
Yeah.
And I saw you like on stage. So I knew who you were, but I never formally met you. Same with how you talked about myself. And doing Mamma Mia, I remember the first time I think we ever formally had a conversation with each other was for the callbacks for Mamma Mia, because the groupings that they did, the first group that they did was they did me as Harry and you as Donna, and I don't remember the other two who they had in mind for Sam and Bill in our little grouping.
Yeah.
But that was the first time because we were outside talking about, because you were like, I want this part, let's do it, let's just go in there and let's just like hit it out of the park. Yeah. So I was like, okay, sign me up. So I started talking in like that British accent that Harry is associated to. And you're like, okay. And I remember that vividly in my mind. But I think the first time after that we started to talk more and more was throughout the process slowly. And I remember the first actual rehearsal we had. Yeah. Finished it. And I was so nervous because I was around a bunch of like new people that I hadn't met formally before. And I was in a new environment. But you were the one person, the first person in that whole grouping that came up and actually made me feel welcome. And that's not saying that nobody else was nice to me or anything, but you were the one person in the group in that whole production first that made me feel welcomed.
I just immediately felt drawn to you. I don't know what it, like, there was nothing specific about it. I just was like, I feel connected to this person and I feel like I want to initiate a friendship. And that's exactly what I did.
Like, it was like right out of the park. You made me feel like I was there from like day one.
Yeah.
Like, I've been a part of like other productions that you did with Toros in the past, like other ones. Like from day one, it was like, it's not a new person. And they've always been here.
Yeah. And it was just like, for me, it was really special too, because the other two boys that were our co-stars as well, I've known them my entire like life, basically. Like, I grew up doing theater with them. So then it was just like really special to have like you there, because I was like, oh, this like friendship is new and blossoming and it's so amazing. And just makes me feel like, oh, like so fun and fresh.
So
Or
fun and
just like
fresh.
so fun and fresh. So that it was just like my fun, like it was like a fun little just like thing for me, you
Mhm.
know, like for us.
And it's just the memories of doing the Harry and Donna bits together are so special.
They were
And
so special.
thank you.
Like,
But in my mind, I've only ever had like a relationship with like a scene partner, like just like
mhm.
mentally, where it was just like we felt so drawn to each other only twice in my life, and you were one of those people.
Oh my God. I'm so honored. Yeah, it was such a beautiful, I think about when we would sing Our Last Summer together all the time.
I watched the private recording of it like
You
maybe
watched
2 days
it?
before. I did. I hadn't watched it for a very, very, very long time. And just the pure fun that we were having in that scene, in that song,
Mhm.
just like pretending to be on the moped. And then you fed me a croissant.
Oh my God. High school theater is so different than real theater.
I know. I
Like,
know.
I
It's
remember thinking, I was like, I'm a Broadway star in high school. I was like, I'm a Broadway star. And then I realized real quick, I was like, oh, this is high school. This is high school. So
but it's okay. Everybody lives on that Delulu. Everybody sips the juice.
I live in Cuckoo Banana Land, okay?
Banana land.
Banana Land. That's my favorite thing to say lately.
There was one moment where I think of this all the time.
Hmm.
And it was the moment, I think it was either right before our first show of Mamma Mia or maybe
Hmm.
a dress run. But we were sitting in the audience ready for them to tell us, like, get ready, get places. And they were like, go to your spot. So we like walked behind to the theater to get to the backstage. And we were like, linked arm in arm. And we were just saying, just like talking about like ducks, or we were quacking the entire time. And I don't remember if it was like specific to some joke or whatever, but we were just quacking the entire time and thinking it was the funniest thing in the whole wide world.
Honestly, with me, I think everything is the funniest thing in the world. So it could have been anything, and I would have just been like, that is hilarious, and I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm like, that's just who I am. I think everything is funny
I think that's the best type of person. Oh,
to an extent. To an extent. Because I don't want to say that I think certain serious topics are funny.
oh yes, yes, yes. All in moderation, all in good taste, right?
All in good taste, for sure.
But I think that's how you have to live your life, honestly. I think there's like so many things that can get you down, but you need to find like the inner humor and the inner joy within everything you do.
Yeah, just
I
finding little things.
exactly like today it was, I don't know why, but I have in my apartment that I live right now, it's all
Hmm.
hardwood flooring. And
Okay.
in the natural design of like the pattern, like every like 10th like plank of wood or whatever has this
Hmm.
like burn mark that's supposed to look like the core of like a tree or whatever. And it looks like a paw print. So like every 10th like thing, there's like little like paw prints. So it looks like a cat's like running out of your room or just like into the kitchen or whatever. And I think it's like the cutest thing.
So cute.
And it just brought me so much joy. I'm like, there's so many things in the world that can like get you down, and if you try to let them in, so much stupid stuff that shouldn't really
So
bother
much
you anyways.
stuff.
But you need to like look at it from like a positive outlook and an amazing like just like moment, just like, oh my god, that brought me so much joy today. Maybe today wasn't the best day, but like
Huh.
I love this, and
Yeah.
it's so stupid, but and those are the types of people, and that's a quality I see in yourself as well, that makes me drawn to you. I love positive people. I think everybody loves positive people, but I love to surround myself with positive people. And you're somebody that, and you're always somebody, if we haven't talked in a long time or whatnot, it doesn't matter because we always connect where we
Yeah.
left off. And
I pride myself on that. I feel like it's so important to do that with your friends.
it 100%. And
Yeah.
you always, when it's so weird, but like you always find like the right moments in my life to just send like a little "how are you" message, or "I miss you" or "I love you." It's so weird, but you're one person you're one of the only people who I know who do that. And I cherish those moments a lot.
Oh, like, I don't know. I just like value my friendships with anyone. I don't like, it doesn't matter when you come into my life. It doesn't matter like how much we've experienced together. Like, once, like, my motto in life is like, once you're in my life, you like, I'm there until you tell me to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I am. So, like, even if we haven't talked in months, I'm gonna at some point be like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Just checking in, because also it's also important to check in on people, you know?
I think so too.
I
Yeah.
take like I take little things very seriously. Like, I think little things are bigger in perspective for sure. So like just as myself, I love when people check in on me.
Mm-hmm.
So why not check in on everyone else? You
Yeah.
know? Just little things like that. It's just, again, makes my life a lot easier, a lot happier. Just,
Makes
you
it
know,
more joyful.
the joyride, you know?
And it's so interesting when I think of my relationship with you, because you've seen kind of like a growth from myself,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen like from like the beginning, you said like Chicago till like as like a performer and as a person and a human being, like the growth from every milestone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really interesting. I don't know if I ever like actually told you this, but I like, when you went to Canada,
Mm.
I like constantly was keeping tabs on how you were doing and like what you were doing. Also, my mom adores you.
Michelle,
Adores
Queen
you.
Michelle.
Michelle, she adores you. So she would just like tell me all the time about how you were doing, what like songs you were singing in class, how you were doing in productions. It was just like so like nice for me to just like keep that little tabs on you, you know.
There's
Through.
one thing though that I will say about Queen Michelle. I
Okay.
did. I will say it, and it's just a story that haunts me till this day. So we did. So your mom, summer 2022, she organized to do a fringe show for North Bay on the Fringe Festival, and I was a part of it. And we did it. It was a great experience. When we went to go celebrate after the fact, after we performed, she was talking to me, and she asked me, so what songs do you want to like sing for like the program and just like for your next year? Cause she was going to be my vocal teacher for that coming year. And I was just like, oh, I haven't really thought of it. Like they have two songs, like this one and this one. And she was like, oh, they're good, but I don't see you singing that. And so she suggested a song that she wanted me to sing. And she said, but I think we'll just like change the octave, because I don't think you can get to like the highest part of the song. So we'll just do that just so, because I want to hear you sing it. So we'll play with it a bit. So day number 1 of that class comes around, and she's asking people, so what does everyone want to sing? And I was like, I'll sing this song, but like do like the octave difference. And she said, no, we don't do that. Because in the industry, if you do that, they're going to call you up for that and they're not going to hire you. And I was like, Michelle, did you just set me up for a lesson in your class?
She's a hard cookie, man. I love her.
I love her though. Love her though. But that's like one of my favorite things as like your mom, as my teacher, has ever done. I was like, was this a teaching moment? Did you set this up? And I don't think I've ever really mentioned that to her before.
I honestly, I never know the answer to that question half of the time. I'm like, what's going on here? Not sure, but that is one thing that, you know, I think I'm very grateful with my mom to share the love and passion, but we really separate that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't work together. It is a catastrophe when we try to clash. Yeah, we have a hard time working together because we're so similar.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we share it in moderation with each other, but we try to not combine it.
Yeah.
Though we might be working on something soon.
Something special. Ooh.
Maybe.
But that's good that you have that parental figure in their life that can share the same feelings that you're feelings on a degree within like the performance industry and being like an artist, because your mom can share those similar experiences. And it's different from a lot of other people's parents. Like from my personal opinion, I can tell my parents so much and they can be so supportive and they can just like come up with like ideas how to help me or just to do it, but they don't actually get it because they're not actually immersed themselves into the world, right?
Like I'm very grateful to have someone to talk to that's not only my mom, but someone who's literally walked through the shoes that I'm like walking through right now.
Yeah.
Just like, starting to tap into the industry out there and like all like growing up, being a young 22-year-old woman in Toronto, like she's been there. So it's just really refreshing at the end of the day if I'm really struggling to have someone who's able to relate to me in that sense. Because, I can relate to my friends with it all the time, but we're experiencing it right now.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that second eye of someone who's, experienced it down the line.
And it comes from a place of honesty because she wants to see you succeed. Because sometimes you can ask your friends and sometimes they can be truthful or whatever, but sometimes you don't want to hurt other people's feelings, right? So it's good that your mom is there because it's coming from a place of love and it's pure honesty.
My mom is not gonna bullshit me in any way.
No. I saw it for 3 years. She did not bullshit anybody.
No, she tells it as it is. And, it's sometimes you don't want to hear it, but she's always right. Like, straight up. There's never been a point where she's proven me wrong in that sense.
Never. Take a sip, replenish, rehydrate.
How big this cup is.
I know, it's bigger than your head.
It's bigger than my head. And it's honestly so fun to drink out of. I think that's why I drink so much water, because I'm like walking around with this giant cup.
See, there's like the girlies that are just like, the iced tea girlies or the Monster Energy drink girlies. No, I'm like an ice and water girly with maybe a hint of lemon in it at times if I'm feeling spicy. I love water.
I agree. And then if I want to if it's the weekend, I want to spice it up. Sparkling water.
Oh my gosh.
Flavored sparkling water. That will be on my last meal,
My favorite is sparkling water with lime in it. I'm not a huge lime flavor person in general, but something about putting lime in sparkling water. No, literally bubbly is my shit.
Bubbly can sponsor me anytime. Me and my friend group go through cases of bubbly every day. We're obsessed.
That was literally how I got through the pandemic, bubbly. Yeah. I remember when my parents were just like, go to Walmart because we don't know the next time when it's going to be open or whatever. Like literally right before everything shut down.
Yeah.
Back in March 2020. Like literally they said, go to Walmart right now and get whatever you need because I don't know if it's going to be whatever open again anytime soon. So what did I get? I got 5 cases of watermelon bubbly. That was what I spent my $20 on. Thank you very much.
I always have to have 2 different flavors in my fridge at all times. It has to be 2 different flavors because I need variety.
You gotta spice it up.
Gotta spice it up. But I think my go-to is probably cherry and lime.
Cherry and lime.
You mix them together. Oh my God.
See, I like to say I'm a Gucci girl living on a Walmart budget.
That is so fun.
Because I know the taste and the luxury that I want in my life, but can I afford it this second? Emphasize on this second? No. But we make it work.
Yeah.
And there's something about bubbly. Maybe it's because it's like the Michael Bublé thing commercial type that makes it so just special and luxury. Special. French chef's kiss, love bubbly, but something that makes it so so rich feeling.
it's just like so, it just hits in every way possible. There's not a moment in my day. It could be like 9 a.m. and I crack a bubbly and I'm like, oh, everything just feels right. It just feels like it's there. It hits.
The little crack,
And then you can hear it bubbling.
I love that. I love just putting my ear up to it. I'm just like, what does it have to tell me?
Yeah. What secrets?
What are the secrets? You know, I don't know. Are you familiar with, what is it called? Aquamarine, the movie Aquamarine?
Yeah,
I know.
the starfishes that give her compliments.
That's me with the bubbly. If I had a bubbly up to my ear the entire time.
It's like this. You're so gorgeous. You're so incredibly talented. So I'm gonna think when I crack a bubbly next time.
It's the broskies, the brewskis or whatever, with like the bros or whatever. But like, it's me, it's cracking a bubbly.
Cracking a bubbly. Cracking a cold one for sure.
So, what is another just randomly random thing that you are just interested in, and just talk about it, share it?
That I'm interested in? Well, the two things that I've been really sitting with lately, just like on my free time, the one is so weird. Like people talk to me all about it and they're like, what is this? And I'm like, it just feeds my soul. Okay, listen.
Okay.
I've always loved coloring. It just like it just makes me feel so like grounded and just like free. My favorite thing to do, and I've done it since I was like really young, is I'll take like a blank page of paper and I'll just like scribble like all over it and then connect it and then I color it in.
Okay, so it's like freehand design, and then you just color in whatever your hand just did.
Yeah, I probably have one around here somewhere, but I do it all the time. And then like sometimes if I'm like feeling like in my feels, I'll like think of what the colors I need to get out today are. So then I'll do that. It all depends. But then it just looks so cool. And it'll keep you there for hours. So I really enjoy that. I've also just been really into like I think I always have my headphones on nowadays. Like there's never, especially now that I live alone too, like I just always have my headphones on and I always have music going. And if I don't, like I feel weird. I feel like there's too much silence.
I know the silence, just like, oh my God. And I don't know, I'm still processing it myself, but I'm like, is that me just because I hate being alone and by myself?
I know because when I first started living alone, I was like, this is the shit. Like I love being by myself and being able to do whatever I please. Still love that, but now I'm like, oh, it would be kind of nice to have someone to talk to, you know? But that's why I just leave. I just leave and go see my friends or go to work.
I just like crack on some like reality TV and just there you go.
What's your favorite reality TV show right now?
Okay, so right now, well, actually, it's been over a year that I've been trying to watch the entire franchise, but I am on a kick of Housewives right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love Housewives and also some good old Drag Race, right?
Oh, I haven't watched Drag Race in so long. I should probably get back on that because I love the challenges and stuff. I'm so invested.
And it's like I don't know, it's just me, but just like I would do because like these are like, I feel like this is just college. This is like college assignments.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, I can.
Put on crack.
I know. But the new season that's right now, it's actually really good. It's really interesting.
Yeah. I think the last season I watched was like with like Gigi Good.
Okay, yeah.
What, Crystal Method?
Season 12, girlies.
Yeah. I'm also on a Vanderpump Rules kick. Have you ever watched that?
I haven't watched it, but I finished Housewives of Beverly Hills, and when they started to do the spinoff with Lisa Rinna and the Vanderpump cast, they kind of had like stories mixed in with some of the housewife girlies, and it's crack. It's literally crack.
I'm like, I think about it every single minute of my day. I think I just relate to it because I work in a bar. So I'm like, oh, this is my life. This is my life. But I did, Ethan, I had a crazy dream a couple weeks ago that Lisa Vanderpump was my boss and she yelled at me and I woke up and I was distraught. I was like, not okay because she scares me. Imagine Lisa Vanderpump being your boss.
No, I get it. I get strong Michelle vibes from Lisa Rinna, though, to be fair.
Oh, that's so good. So
I love
good.
But like, that's the biggest compliment. I'm like, Lisa Rinna and Michelle.
Lisa Rinna, Michelle.
Or, sorry, Lisa Vanderpump, sorry. Not Rinna.
Oh, yeah, no, but I love it. It's so good. I think my toxic trait is I love watching people fight.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know what it is.
It's,
Like, I love it. I'm like, fight, fight, fight.
and it's like when you get invested with characters and when they get into fights, you're just like, oh God, like who on Ariana Madrix, right? Or Matrix?
Yeah, Ariana Madix.
Maddox, that's who it is. That's like I don't know any of the story, but like if she gets into a fight with somebody, it's like all like the Ariana fans are just like pummeling.
Oh my God. The reunion that they had where they were screaming at each other fed my soul. Like, I was like, this is amazing. So good.
It's so funny that you say you had like a dream about Lisa Rinna because Vanderpump, sorry, like a couple weeks or days ago, but it was because literally last night I had a dream where like all of like the iconic housewives like across like the franchise were like aunts in my family. And like some of like the dance moms were aunts in my family too.
Oh my God. Did you watch Dance Moms?
Yeah.
I love Dance
Empty
Moms.
chair, do a solo.
Empty chair, do a solo.
Empty chair, do a solo. And then there's like the people that are trying to like do like a Dance Moms musical. They post like their clips on TikTok or whatever.
Oh.
And it's honestly crack. I'm just like, okay, wow.
Did you see that they're doing a reunion?
They are. I think it's like May 1st or something it comes out.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I want the tea to be spilled. I want it to be piping hot. I want stories that I've never heard before. I want it all.
I love Dance Moms. Dance Moms is like probably like peak reality TV in my opinion.
Of course. I used to literally like learn Maddie's solos in my room. Oh,
I guess it's been a while
since I've seen the sunshine.
Since I have smiled.
You know it.
I know it. See, in my mind, I'm not a dancer girl. But when I watch Dance Moms, I feel like a dancer girl.
Like a dancer girl.
I feel it.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
And it's so crazy that she went to prison.
I mean, like, I feel like it's justified, for sure.
It's so justified. But I mean, I guess that has to show you, like, do your taxes. Don't do fraud.
Yeah, don't do it.
Or when they did the vegan dance because she was, like, dating, in air quotes, like, some rapper or whatever.
There were some, like, moments in that show that I was like, we're tapping a little too close to a scandal.
A scandal. Oh no, it's so funny, especially with watching like 2000s, early 2000s, and early 2010s seasons of Housewives. It's all the things that because they weren't as educated as we are as a society now, it's all the things that they could say back then, and just hearing them like talk or just like mention like derogatory terms against like women or people who are gay or just like black or whatever. It's just hearing those comments. It's just like humans really talked like that one time.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I still think that today. There are things that come out of people's mouths that like I just can't believe it. I'm just like in shock a little. Ugh, people are weird.
You need to educate yourself, like honestly. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter just trying to be like woke or whatever to today's standards, but you just need to be educated.
Plus, educate yourself. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
I love that. That's the quote. It's not that hard.
Not like be a good person. It's not that hard. Like I don't get how people struggle with that, but
I guess people do.
I guess they do, and they can stay over there.
And they stay over there.
Stay over there.
Now, this is a serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Team Maddie or Mackenzie? Not Maddie or Mackenzie. Team Maddie or Chloe?
Oh, Maddie or Chloe?
Maddie or Chloe?
I think I would say, like, who is more interesting to watch? Maddie, because, you know, they built that up. But Chloe, I just think, you know, is a real one, you know?
And I think everybody can relate in some time of their life to Chloe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's most interesting, okay, when it's like drama episodes about like human like emotions or whatever, Chloe wins. But if it's like top-notch like dancing competition, like ALDC needs to win, then you want a good Maddie story.
But you know, I actually have really grown to appreciate Maddie Ziegler, like outside of Dance Moms, like as she's grown up, because like she's just taught, like when she talks about like her experience, like I think like no one actually realized like how traumatizing that was for her.
Yeah.
You know? And she does incredible work right now. Like, I'm impressed.
I know, and she's not like somebody who was like found fame at like a young age and then like completely like acted out and just like rebelled, kind of like what we're seeing with like JoJo Siwa in a way from the show as well. JoJo with the Bobo.
Oh my god! Someone stop it!
I know.
Stop it!
I was just
like, I get scared with influencers and celebrities like that when they're in like, because a lot of her fan base is like children.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't want my kids at a certain age, like, you know, being influenced by some of, you know, JoJo's choices.
Her choices. And it's so interesting because it's like giving me, well, on totally different scale, on a kind of garbage scale, like Miley Cyrus after Disney era. But like Miley Cyrus actually could sing.
She's popping off right now.
Her at the Grammys, I mean.
Let's just talk about that for a second.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Oh, like when she did that, I would like my jaw was on the floor. She also looks amazing.
Amazing. And the sheer scale of the performance wasn't that much. It was just her, a little like microphone and just like steam or whatever, not steam, but fog. That was all she needed.
When she was like, I just won my first Grammy. She's like fluffing her hair. I was like eating that up.
I love how
every morning.
Oh no, that was in my head. Literally this past like month, we were just finishing a production for one of our classes of the show, like Deirdre, WB Yates, and I literally every day I would finish like my rehearsal. I was like, I just finished rehearsal, y'all. Because honestly, that was actually really traumatizing. Not traumatizing bad, but like just like we get it. We're not babies, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Ariana Grande, her new album. I'm not a huge Ari fan, but that album is absolutely impeccable.
Yeah, I like Ariana Grande and her music. I really liked Positions, like that album. It's very like, I don't know, just made me feel like hot and girly and just, you know, that vibe. And I've always liked her like big hits, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like an Ariana fan, like I would say with like Taylor Swift. But Yeah, the new album is amazing. It's so good.
It's really good. And it has like this like kind of difference from all the other ones. Ooh. Sorry, something just popped up by accident. And then it has like this difference from all the rest of them where it's like there's kind of a little bit like a vulnerability there.
Mm-hmm.
And
also, like, the concept to me is so interesting. I think about it all the time.
I know there's one song on it. Oh, The Boy Is Mine, that one. Where every time I hear it, I can't help but think it's SpongeBob every time I listen to it because that was the guy.
I saw him in person in New York after he did SpongeBob, and he's such a quirky guy. He's such a quirky guy.
He has a whole album about him. It's only 36 minutes, but it's still an album.
How would you feel if someone wrote an album about you? Personally, I would feel flattered.
I think so too. I think it would be an honor. Just be like, that's me. That's me.
That's me. It also probably would feed my big fat ego.
Love it. We love. Hey, if you can be a good person but still have a big ego, that's fine with me.
Of course. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have an ego. Are you kidding?
Oh no, I will never diminish my accomplishments and my skills whatsoever.
Yeah. But no, I would be so flattered. I would be like, have y'all listened to this song? You'll never guess who it's about.
It's about yours truly.
Except I don't know if I necessarily would want the content that Ariana Grande was spilling.
Oh no.
That I would probably cry.
But it's so funny that I just think it's so weird. This is just a personal thing. It's so funny that her lead single on that album was Yes and, but no other song in the album kind of relates to the same genre as Yes and was. Everything else is kind of like on a lower, kind of more lower tempo, sadder kind of self-discovery note.
Yes and just came out of nowhere.
Oh, it came out of nowhere. I was on a bus. I was on a bus from Valencia in Spain, driving to Barcelona, out of nowhere but like can see nothing, just miles and miles of desert. And I got a notification on Apple Music. Ariana Grande just launched a new song. I was like, what a weird time.
Like, let me just press play.
Let me press play.
Let's see. Okay, if you were to describe yourself in a music genre, like it could be like 3, what would it be to describe yourself?
Oh goodness. Okay. I feel like this is and actually it's kind of like foreshadowing because there is a project in mind that I have right now. And it's kind of like nobody I think would expect it.
Mm-hmm.
So unexpected, eye-opening to a certain extent, and the last word would probably be Gaga-esque.
Cute. I'm obsessed. I only like my music genres go like all over the place, but I would say if I probably would describe myself in 3, it would be like country gal meets Swiftie meets rapper baddie.
Oh,
that would probably be me.
If Megan Thee Stallion and Taylor Swift had a baby, it would be Emma.
Yeah, add a little Renee Rapp in there too.
Oh yes. Renee Rapp. I mean, here's the thing with Renee Rapp, I listened to her music, but there was like, I feel like with every new artist, they like have to like have like that one moment where it's just like, this is, me, and like what sets me different from everything else. And I don't know why it's the weirdest song, but like Not My Fault from the Mean Girls album, that was her moment where I was like, okay, so this is Renee Rapp. This is Renee Rapp.
Oh, so good. And the SNL, like, whole skit, so good. So
If
good.
there, oh, this is a good question. Okay, if there was a TV personality, a film or television star, or a musician in those three categories, who inspires you?
So TV personality, musician, and what was the other one?
Love actor.
Actor?
Actor.
Okay. Well, like movie TV personality that like inspires me is the Grinch. I will forever stand by that. He's he's got his troubles, but literally when I watch the Grinch, I feel like I'm watching myself through a screen. It's
He's
weird.
the king of Christmas.
He is the king of Christmas.
He is the king of Christmas.
And he's just, oh, he's so funny. So funny. But another one I would probably say is like, it was on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Musician, Taylor, obviously. Tay. I'm going to see her, in concert.
Oh, she has those Canadian dates.
I know I'm going.
It's November, right? Or October?
Yeah, it's a couple of days before my birthday.
God, happy birthday gift to you.
No, I'm so pumped. But yeah, I would say Taylor Swift. And when I had my bangs, oh, I used to get stopped all the time on the street of people being like, "You look like Taylor Swift." Tell me again.
But like your look, or you're just like your natural beauty, it associates to Renee Rapp and Taylor Swift. Those are the two biggest compliments.
I get a lot of Baby Spice a lot. People.
Oh like, yes, you do give Baby Spice.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're so cute," and I'm like, "Thanks." Or like, that's a really hard question. I'm trying to think of like my favorite shows and like what I always like, there was a phase in my life where I kind of was giving like Jenny from Gossip Girl.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a stage in my life where that's where I was sitting, but that didn't last very long.
Oh.
Had to get rid of the eyeliner and all that stuff. Off a little bit.
Oh, there you go.
But that was a fun time in my life. What about you? What would you say about yourself?
Myself? Okay, so if I were to do like TV personality, it would be a mix between Kyle Richards from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Love Kyle Richards. She is the lifestyle and just the essence that I want to carry as a person.
Yeah.
And then also I would mix her with who's her fucking name? Bethany Frankel. You know who Bethany Frankel is?
No.
She is, she was on Real Housewives of New York, and then she launched like this alcoholic beverage, and she made like billions off of it, and she is the one. She is peak in my mind, Bethany Frankel. So a mix between those two. And then somebody actor-wise, right now, Kristen Wiig. I love Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
Her comedy skills and her SNL performances are iconic and live rent-free in my mind forever.
I just thought an actor for me, Jennifer Lawrence.
Love Jennifer Lawrence.
Like, that's how I want to be perceived when my humor comes across, for sure.
Oh, I see it. I can totally tell. I can see like the similarities within it.
So funny. She's so funny. Like,
and then musician right now would probably be somebody. If I take it from terms of like somebody who inspires me a lot and just like whose music resonates with me, it has to be Lady Gaga. I love Gaga. She will always be mother to me.
Yeah.
And I can say this, because I love her so much, but she always gives the right level of cringe and the right level of just like iconicness at the same moment.
She's so okay with being cringe, and that's what I love about it.
Yes. Just her just walking down a red carpet and just like saying how we are women, we support each other, but then laughing it off and just being like, but I'm also mega rich and famous. So
yeah, and she wore meat.
Yes.
Wore a meat dress.
I know.
It takes a kind of person to wear a meat dress, you know?
And her ability to reinvent herself, I absolutely admire that.
Yep, I love it. I love when I watch anyone do that. Celebrity, person in my life, people from afar. I love watching that. It's so just liberating.
Liberating. It's so liberating.
It's just, yeah.
What's your star sign? You're November, baby, right?
Yeah, can you guess?
I'm so bad at guessing, but okay. I know it's not, it can't be your star sign, but I get very strong Leo and Pisces vibes.
You're wrong.
I know, I knew I would be wrong.
So, well, technically, so I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Yes, but my birthday falls on the day that Scorpio and Sagittarius flip. So there's some charts where I'm a Scorpio and there's some charts that I'm Sagittarius.
That's why we get along, because you're on the cusp, baby, and I'm on the cusp, baby, too. I flip between Aries is the last day before it switches to Taurus. I was born on April 20th, and my mom went into labor on the 19th. Flipping gave birth to me early in the morning on Taurus season when it started.
I think that's definitely why we get along. Aries and Sagittarius, they are compatible.
I know. And there's so many other, like, there's just like connection.
And weirdly enough, I don't know if I necessarily like believe in like the whole star signs and stuff, but it keeps proving me that it's real, because all the men in my life, doesn't matter what aspect it is, they're all Taurus.
Oh.
It's so strange.
So strange. And also, you're a twin and I'm a twin.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another comparison why we get along.
So we're just like cool.
We're like beyond cool. I mean, if Lisa Rena's right here, Michelle's right here.
We are here.
But we don't say that. We don't say that. That's a secret.
What? Who said that? But yeah, like we shared the womb with another human.
Uh-huh. And my birth was so dramatic that they had to cut my mother open because of me. Because I was dying. I know.
Jeez. I don't think anything crazy happened to us. I was stealing all of my sister's amniotic fluid. Yeah. I was mean that way.
Greedy.
So greedy.
That was the same with my sister. She was taking all the, I don't think amniotic fluid, but like all like the energy source or whatever.
Mm.
And also her umbilical cord was wrapped around my head. Of what they say.
Oh my God. Because see, are you and your twin identical?
No, it's male and female, so we're
not identical.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me and my sister look nothing alike. I don't think so.
I see some similarities, like in pictures sometimes.
Yeah, we have like I think we have the same eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe the same nose, but
a lot of the features I think you two share, and also you share with your brother as well. Like there's like certain features that I see within all three of you guys in pictures and whatnot.
Me and my brother look a lot alike. Like, especially if you compare baby photos, it's like weird how much we look alike. Crazy. Oh my God.
One thing before we let go. Of
course.
Is there anything that you have to share? Could be the completely randomest thing. Could be something that you want to just talk about, let it off your chest. What is one thing that Emma Jackett Webster has to say?
I know what I have to say. And I think like it's a great topic because like we're both in this stage in our life right now. Is
Mhm.
that I think it's so important, especially from us coming from like a small town. I really encourage everyone out there to leave the nest and
Mhm.
go explore because it has been the best choice I've ever made in my life. I don't know if you feel that way.
I feel the same way. There is something about, because you can get tied up with it being such a small town, you can find yourself taking on a lot of like responsibility, or you can find yourself being involved with or consumed in a way of the
Mhm.
small like nature and community, which that
Yeah.
is amazing if you want to do that. If that's the
Yeah.
way that your road leads, if you stay in your small town or whatever, that is completely fine. But
Oh, absolutely.
there is
Absolutely.
an aspect in my mind where that was not me, and I knew that was not me.
Yeah, I knew from like, I don't know, 7 years old that I was moving to Toronto. I knew that was where my journey was going.
Mm.
But I don't know, I just like, there's just so much opportunity out there. And I think because like North Bay, for me at least, is a town where like I feel so comforted. I feel so like home and safe. And just like I love to be there. And so like if I wouldn't have made that choice to like follow like my gut and like leave, I don't think I ever would have.
Yeah,
And a lot of the things in my life that like bring me the most joy, I probably wouldn't have if I wouldn't have, made that step. And it's just, I don't know. I just think everyone should experience living outside of their hometown
I
for
think so
it
too.
doesn't
I think
mean,
it's the most amazing vehicle for yourself to learn about yourself. And
mhm.
also, you never know what is out there in the world for you unless you don't go looking for it.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
said, how there was that feeling in your stomach when you were like 7 and you wanted to like go explore a life in Toronto or somewhere else, like in a bigger city. I
Mhm.
felt the same way. I didn't know where that road was leading to
Yeah.
until I was sitting in your mom's class that one time, and some guy was just like, "Oh, you can do this program in another country." And I was like, alarm bells went off, and I was like, "Oh my God, yes, that's it."
Yeah. It's like a shot of adrenaline. Like
Yeah.
I have vivid memories of like when my mom would take me to Toronto like to go shopping or like to go see a show or anything, like driving in and just seeing like the buildings like used to blow my mind. Like I was just like, I need to be here. It's so, I don't know. I just like, because I've just been talking with it like a lot of people about it. I just think that sometimes like it's so easy to get wrapped up and caught into like stuff that you're comfortable with. But when you
Mhm.
like kind of force yourself to step out of that box, like the opportunities that just flow are impeccable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you have to allow yourself to be open for the possibility of the unknown, because that's the only way how you are going to find out what the world actually has in plan for you.
Yeah.
And there's a quote, well, not a quote because I'm not going to be like academic girly, but there's
Yeah.
a quote that one of my teachers said maybe like 2 weeks ago, just
Mhm.
randomly in class, like had nothing to do about this.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it exactly, but it was like, if you don't lead with fear all the time, then you are not actually living your life, something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then he brought up to the fact of it, tying it into like our lesson or whatever, that if you don't take the chance to put yourself out there, nobody's going to push you out there.
No. It's like it's really a you thing. And I just hope that like, one time in life, like everyone will have that moment to be like, okay, this is scary, but I'm gonna do it.
You know?
Cause like, why not? Cause again, like, oh, I have a quote. I was like, oh, I saw this and I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna live by this forever. Sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage and 20 seconds of embarrassing bravery.
I love that quote.
It's amazing because it's so true.
Mm. It's so funny just like thinking, like reading quotes and like seeing quotes or hearing stuff. I remember like if like I was like in high school or whatever, just hearing quotes, I was like, oh my God, that's just nonsense. But like it's so funny when it's just like, oh my God, it hits you somewhere in the feels and you're like, I'm literally about to cry.
One phrase can change your whole life.
I know. And that you can see that through like so many other people in so many other avenues of life, of just knowing when it's your time and capitalizing on the opportunities ahead of you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably say that and also tell your loved ones that you love them and be just a nice human.
Oh. Well, Emma, I love you.
I love you.
And I'm so happy and I'm so happy that you joined me today. You are somebody I initially set out the purpose of meeting or talking with people that I think are so interesting and so amazing and who I have so much respect for and need some sort of avenue or just outlet to just like convey their personality. And you fit that criteria to a T. You have always been there in my life. If it wasn't physically, it was digitally or just like in little moments. And you are somebody you are somebody and a friendship that I plan on carrying my entire life with.
Baby, I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not telling you to leave. I'm not telling you to leave.
I ain't going anywhere. No, I truly like have a really special place in my heart for you, Ethan, and I'm just so happy that we still connect in these ways and that I was able to share the coolest experience with you here.
And the experiences are not going to end because for your ears, there is a project that I have in mind that I would like you to help me with one day.
You say when and where and I'm there.
Baby, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
And I'm ready for it.
Nobody's gonna be ready for it. And it's an experience that I can't wait to share with you.
Oh, I can't wait. And I will cherish it until that day comes.
But until that day does come, I will let you go off with your day. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I love you.
I love you.
I love you. And this was Ethan and Emma. Ethan signing off. See you later. Talk to you next time.
Bye, girlies.